Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. Obviously, you know, tonight is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, part 3. I can't say that enough. And since Kathy Hilton's a part of it, and last week we celebrated our interview with Kathy Hilton, today I'm about to talk about Paris Hilton and her new show on Peacock, Paris in Love. We have all the details on that. But before we jump in, guys, I wanted to say we are going live today at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that will be with Jason on his channel, Down with Jason, to talk about Vanderpump Rules. There's a lot happening, but it's a subscribers only live chat. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that notification bell. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So yes, Paris Hilton has a new docuseries coming out. It's a 13-part docuseries, which I'm so excited that it has 13 episodes, and it will be premiering on Peacock. So this will be coming out November 11th, and bet your ASS we will be talking about it because I'm so excited. I love Paris Hilton. I've been watching her since The Simple Life, and it's nice to see her evolve. You know, one of the biggest stigmas around Paris is everyone thinks that she's so, not there, like she's dumb, and she gets called every name in the book. But at the end of the day, if you watched her documentary before This Is Paris, you would understand that she created a whole character, this character that was like, that's hot. What is Walmart? A place that sells walls? And she pretended like she didn't know anything that was going on for the show. She's actually incredibly business savvy, and that's not even her real voice. If you hear her real voice, she's like, hey, not hey. So it's interesting. And I want to see more of that side of her. You know, now she's obviously engaged to venture capitalist Carter, and this man looks like he's absolutely in love with her, vice versa. I'm happy about this, and I'm happy to watch this adventure because we've seen so many men get with Paris Hilton who are very high profile or even of some sort of celebrity status who could obviously be using her for the fame. She is still Paris Hilton at the end of the day. And it makes me sad for her because how do you ever know what's real and what's not? Now, for Carter, he doesn't care about the fame. He is extremely successful on his own. And for the first time ever, Paris didn't have to buy her own ring. He bought her a $2 million engagement ring, and she did say yes. It's all documented on Paris in Love. And in this docuseries, we're going to see a lot of her family dynamic with her sister, Nikki, also her mom, Kathy, and trying to navigate what the next steps are for her future. She's getting married and she's getting ready to do a destination wedding of her dreams, but we see where her relationship with her parents kind of come off a little bit, I want to say, there's questions here because it seems a little bit rocky. Like she has, I don't want to call it resentment, but a lot of pent up feelings, you know, from what we saw on the documentary. She was sent away to Provo, this school where she was stripped naked. She was left in sort of a cell-like room. She heard screams all night. She wasn't allowed to make phone calls home. And now she's been advocating to have all schools like Provo closed down. So not only is she a businesswoman who has sold billions and billions of dollars of product, she's also advocating to make sure that no other kid, no other person has to go through what she went through, whether you believe her or not. And some celebrities have been very vocal about the fact that they did not believe Paris Hilton's documentary. I do want to say I absolutely 100% believe it. I believe her story and where she's coming from. When I was in school in Tennessee, they had something called corporal punishment. So when you sign up for this public school, you sign a waiver saying the teachers are allowed to take a paddle to you if you act out. I thought it was one of the most ridiculous things ever. And I even told my parents, I'm not going to this school. Well, it was my dad and my evil stepmom at the time. And they said, yes, 100%, you absolutely are. And since you are, we're signing this waiver, and maybe that'll make you not act out. This is just a small version of what I could even imagine that Provo would have been. It sounds like it manipulated it. It just sounds like a trash school. The way that they operated the whole thing, the way that they treat their students, I'm not here for it. And I'm so happy that Paris Hilton is stepping up and doing something about it. but we're also getting a more vulnerable side of Paris, a side of Paris that we don't really get to see, a side that only her friends and her family get to see. And we see some meltdowns. We see her excited going wedding dress shopping, and we see Kathy Hilton letting her know, wait a minute, I feel like this is my wedding too. She has a conversation while playing tennis with Carter, and Carter's like, you need to take back control over the wedding. You know, I don't need control over the wedding. It doesn't need to be my dream, but we need to focus on it being your dream. She doesn't know what to do at this point. And we see, and Jason even speculated this could be for cameras and a storyline, but we see her having a complete meltdown breakdown, just saying that she wants to find somebody to make sure that she's not alone for the rest of her life. It's interesting to me because some people find success, some people find love, but we don't always see people find both. So for her and her meltdown, I don't agree with Jason. I didn't think it was a storyline. I thought this was a very real moment, an organic moment, and I'm here to celebrate every minute of it. Paris being vulnerable with us in Paris in Love obviously is promoting Peacock since it is on the streaming service, and since it is a 13-part series, bet your ASS we will be covering it. So I hope you guys watch it with me. I hope you guys are here to talk about it with me and just dissect every moment. Jason and a few of our callers on Hot Messy Topics, they were wondering, is this facilitated through Kyle Richards? Did Kyle Richards and Kathy being associated with Bravo and the Housewives, knowing that Peacock is NBC's new streaming service, did they make this happen for her? Well, that could be easily possible, but at the end of the day, she is still Paris Hilton. So if she has or wants somebody to document her life or a huge moment in her life, I'm sure Bravo, NBC, any network that she would have went to, they would have picked up on it. Any streaming service that she would have went to, they would have picked up on it. We see a few Kardashian cameos. We see a bachelorette party. We see a bridal party. We see dress shopping, and we see all of the ups and downs that come with it. Have you seen that show, Bridezillas? I feel like we might get a little bit of that. All right, guys. Well, with that, I don't want to just give you all of this information and not ask your opinion. I want to know what you think. Again, on Hot Messy Topics last night, I love listening to Janelle say, you know, I've loved Paris for so long. I do want to see a more real side of her. I don't want to see her with that fake voice and being like, that's hot. I want to see a different side of her, a more vulnerable, a more real side. I'm hoping Paris gives that to us because even her sister, her mom, her family always says to her, Paris, stop with the voice. Nikki's even said in the past, I hate when you put on that dumb voice. And she's like, I can't help it. It's a character that she's committed to for over 20 years. She's been committed to this character. This is her character that she, you know, has always given us. So now opening up, giving us her real voice and showing us a different side of her, like she did in This Is Paris, I think it'll be something to celebrate. But I do want to ask, are you guys going to be watching? Will you be recapping it with us? And definitely, this will not be a recap that I'm doing on my own. I need you guys to call in because I'm going to be here for every minute of it. And I'm so happy it didn't go on Netflix. Even though Paris's cooking show went on Netflix, Netflix gives us all the shows all at once, or the show, when it comes out, they give us all the episodes, and it makes it so hard to cover. Whereas this will be every week, we get one episode. So that's why we will be here to talk about it. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, get subscribed because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.